Folklore Thursday. The Theatre. Today, we take a trip to the theatres and music halls of old to discover the folklore, superstitions and customs that haunt these hallowed halls. Those who work within theatres, including the actors as well as those who work in roles behind the scenes, are commonly thought to be one of the most superstitious groups of people. Many of these beliefs are well known to those outside of the theatre as well, such as never uttering the word Macbeth within the theatre walls, causing the famous play to be referred to as the Scottish play when it must be talked about. If the word Macbeth was to be accidentally said, then it's thought that bad luck will hit the theatre and the current play or show will be doomed. Another common one is the belief that whistling anywhere within the theatre would be very bad luck as well. There are many ways that someone could bring bad luck down upon them and the theatre with seemingly innocent acts. These include mirrors being very unlucky to have on stage, the belief that it is bad luck to place an umbrella on the table during rehearsals, actors should never utter the last lines of the play before they have an audience in front of them, rehearsals on a Sunday were to be avoided, as is the wearing or carrying of peacock feathers, and a bad dress rehearsal is said to predict a fantastic final show. An interesting superstition which is less well known in theatrical circles today is the belief that wearing the colour blue on stage will bring about disaster. The origin of this particular belief can actually be traced back to the fact that blue used to be the most expensive of all the dye colours. So, in an effort to save money, the higher-ups in the theatres invented this little superstition themselves, knowing that the highly superstitious theatre folk would be too worried to wear that colour any longer. Unfortunately for them, though, a new addition to this belief soon came into circulation, saying that the bad luck could be counteracted if the person was to wear the colour silver at the same time as the blue. Theatres are also very famously haunted places, whether by previous actors who just can't leave the stage behind, or audience members wishing to see one last show. For this reason, it is common to turn on the ghost light at the centre of the stage when closing up the building and leaving for the night. Some say this light is left on so that no one has to enter the building in the dark. An empty theatre contains many hazards after all. However, another belief states that this light is left on to give the ghosts of the theatre some illumination to perform in once the living actors have finished for the night. One of the most famous theatre ghosts is the character of Thespis, who is almost always blamed when things start to go wrong with seemingly no cause. Thespis is believed to be the first actor ever to grace the stage in ancient Greece, and is therefore considered the father of all thespians. When a theatre does not have its own resident ghost, it is poor Thespis who is blamed for any misfortune. Another slightly morbid, older custom is the tradition of gifting the show's director a bunch of stolen flowers from a graveyard after the play has finished its run. This act is said to symbolise the death of the play, but probably came about due to the fact that actors did not make good money, so stealing flowers was a free way to thank the director and remain in their good graces to hopefully land parts in future shows. You should also make sure that you never light 3 candles together while inside a theatre. Of course, back in olden times, even one candle could be a big risk in a theatre environment due to all the flammable material around. In fact, many theatres were burnt to the ground due to accidents with candles and other open flames. However, 3 candles together is even more of a taboo due to the superstition surrounding it. Folklore states that when there are 3 candles burning next to each other in the theatre, the person standing closest to the shortest one will be the first person in the group to die. The origins of this particular superstition remain unclear, but it's one that is followed to this day. And finally, we come to perhaps the most well-known of all theatre superstitions, the belief that you should never wish a performer good luck, but should instead tell them to break a leg. This belief came about due to the fact that theatres are said to be haunted by mischief-making ghosts who will do everything in their powers to force the opposite of what you wish to happen. Therefore, by saying break a leg, you are actually tricking the spirits into protecting the performer instead of cursing them with bad luck.